Since 1932, these two programs have defined conferences, won national titles, and no matter what happens, they find their way back to each other. And when these two meet, the whole nation pays attention. Glad to have you with us from the original Cotton Bowl, located on the fairgrounds in the heart of Dallas, Texas. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Texas Longhorns, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Here's the return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Texas Longhorns offense takes the field. And for a full year, the Longhorns have had to think about how they just got blown back down I-35 in that game last year, David.
And heard it from their coaches all week long about the beatdown. They talk about how much they got beat by, how they didn't play well, what they're going to do to them again, Jesse. They've heard it plenty.
Well, they've been waiting all year to try and resurrect those demons, guys. But that's the great thing about rivalry games. You're always going to get another opportunity the next year. So I can't wait to see how Texas responds in this one.
And the Longhorns come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Morrison. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Running back searching for a hole. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately, a 3-yard loss.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
The Longhorns will punt this one away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. So Oklahoma's offense will have its first possession of the game. And they are led up front by a powerful offensive line that opens up an array of possibilities, Jesse.
No question it's the identity of this offense. Multiple players up front that are going to play in the National Football League. This unit is going to be up for the Joe Moore Award at the end of the year for the outstanding O-line, David. They are going to try and establish the line of scrimmage with their physicality.
Man, it's a tremendous challenge with this defensive line because you know that. Like, you've got to be aggressive.
That's a fumble. And he falls on top of his own fumble. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that one.
And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Pulls it and fires to the left. They're now out at across the 40, and he's out of bounds at the 42. And the Sooners are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. At the 40, there he goes. Racing down the left side. Touchdown, Sooners. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finished it off on the ground with a 58-yarder for 6. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Finally stopped after a solid return out to the 32. Here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the big fella. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. High the chains now on 2nd and long. Trying play action. Fires to the wideout. Picked off. Takes it the other way. At the 30. He's at the... and he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out.
He lets one fly deep. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Looking for more room. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. He has the first and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. They'll give it to him again. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down. A great Oklahoma running attack will bring a tear to the Boomer Sooner Nation eye, thinking of guys like Billy Sims.
And where it all started was always the ground game and the toughness, and you never question that. In Oklahoma, they got to get to that. They got to be that. They got to live that. But they really want to build on what they used to be and bring that tradition and build some of that tradition in the SEC.
This quarterback part of their running game.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
He did not make it a stone wall on third down. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, on that fourth down, if they don't get it, the head coach is at the podium after the game with some explaining to do. That's not the situation. You're expecting them to run the football, but the gamble pays off.
Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Quick release on the RPO. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
Everything seems to be working for this offense right now, and if they keep this up, this could get ugly by the fourth quarter.
The Sooners have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown Sooners! No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
This offense is looking ridiculous. 3 touchdowns now in the first quarter, doing whatever they want at will. I don't know if you're panicking, Palmer, but, I mean, they got to put something together on the other side of the field or else this one's going to get ugly fat.
One thing I know, David, is the defensive staff, after having the ball just run down their throat and thrown over their heads, they need to make some adjustments earlier than they probably anticipated because right now they have no answers for this offense.
Inside his own 15, looking for a press. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Fires it incomplete. Play this game in the shadow of Big Tex. You can get a corny dog out there, play carnival games, and see one of the great rivalries in the sport, David.
It's crazy. You literally walk outside of the stadium, and there are thousands upon thousands of people. They don't even realize a football game's going on, Jesse. They're just having a good time.
You're right. It's part of what makes this game so special. The Red River rivalry, there's just so much fanfare. There's so much tradition. And remember, with bragging rights on the line, this thing just means more.
It's complete on the right side. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. And the Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
And that's your goal, separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Scanning the field, it's Morrison. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And a good pickup there. They'll move the sticks for a first down. Let's see if they try to get another snap before the quarter expires. We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Wants to go up top on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about.
Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Longhorns had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. To throw, it's Morrison. Trying to bowl his way in. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Longhorns! Field shrinks. Tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. Might be changing the route. They're going to open this drive with a pass. The throw to the outside is complete. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all offseason long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
To the air on second down. Caught near the sticks. It's Hurley. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. They'll snap it from the 39, first and 10. Looking downfield on first down. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35. The Sooners are in the hurry up. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack from getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. The offense changing the play. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Sooners will bring the punt team onto the field. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. So now to try to take advantage of that defensive stop time starting to work against him a little bit, and we'll see what they can do. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Finds his big tight end. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch. And he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Morrison. With the catch, it's Hooks. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. They're facing a 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down. The Longhorns decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Catches it cleanly at the 20. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
4 receivers set, 2 on each side on 2nd and 8. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. The Sooners come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. To the ground to try to move the chains. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. The Sooners looking to convert on 4th down. Has to get there to move the sticks. Right midfield, he's got room. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. And the Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give from the gun. He sends 2 wideouts right, 2 to the left on 2nd and 9. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. There he goes. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
And that's another productive run. This offense has had a bunch of them today, and the running back, I think this lead was built on this guy. He's done a great job all game long, setting the tone, and I think that's why this offense has been successful.
Running to Green. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. 1st and 10. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll run it from the gun. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. The defense calls the timeout, their 2nd of the day, as they try to get their act together. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. A quick completion to the left, looking for the 1st down. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And I love the decision by the quarterback, finding his playmaker, getting him the football quickly so that he can make something happen after the play and get 6.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Gets it out fast. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. And the Longhorns in the hurry up. Looking for a man. It's Morrison. Fires left. And good use of the hands from the defense to deflect the pass on 3rd down. The Longhorns will punt it away on 4th down. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They've been outstanding here in this first half. Might as well try for the knockout punch, David.
Yeah, confidence has to be at an all-time high. Great first half. I'm going to get more, Palmer. I'm not scared with the lead when I got the football late.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can see the quarterback's body language. He wants to go. He wants to go tempo. He wants to take shots. They're trying to light this scoreboard up.
Nice pitch and catch there from QB to wide receiver. Great job. An out route is all about timing. 1, 2, 3, boom, break out, throw it to him right now. Great pitch, great catch.
To the air on 1st down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Larson. He's into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 47.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. A great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Now on the move. They'll make the stop at the 42. It's a pickup of 5, and that will be enough for a 1st down. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. The Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Larson. Couldn't quite get the huge play on that one, but he goes out of bounds at the 37. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Back to pass. Caught behind the line, it's Larson. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup, spotted at the 25-yard line. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw on 1st down. caught in the backfield. It's Larson. He'll get down to the 22 before going out of bounds. That last completion sets him up on second down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Got it behind the line. It's Larson. He goes out of bounds right at the 15-yard line. Just enough time for one final play of the half. From the red zone, looking for a man. Got his man. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And the undisputed star of the half has been that lockdown corner. The coaches told us how good he was, but I almost think they undersold how impactful he would be. Ultra physical with zero hesitation. And with hands like that, I wonder if they don't think about using him in the passing game at some point. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
He'll bring it back from inside his spot. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Keeping it on the ground to open the second half. Got enough for the first down. Gets away from one, finds room. He's loose. The tag. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Sooner!
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience. And with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stuff.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. K-State has the lead right now. The Little Apple has been buzzing all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by a field goal over Iowa State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Here comes the Texas offense. Back to throw, it's Morrison. Fires complete on the slant. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
He's got an open man. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, oh, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And I wish I could bring you some hope, but, man, this defense, again, you know, they already got the lead. They got their ears pinned back. They're rushing the quarterback. I know this one's over, but offensive. Let's find a way to protect our guy, put something together. Maybe we find a way to make this respectable at some point in the football game.
They boot it away. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. The Sooner offense returns to the field. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, David. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Turning it on! Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The offense getting set for a 1st down from the 45. The give on the inside. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
facing a 3rd and long. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. The Sooners are rolling down the field.
And that's a great sign for this offense because this year we know there's been a little bit of inconsistency, and I think the biggest problem has been 3rd down. Right there, nice job executing, running the ball, picking up the first and keeping this drive alive.
And the Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. Handoff from the shotgun. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 4 receivers set, 2 on each side on 2nd and 8. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Breaks into the open. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to...
Beck's going for the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. They march 72 yards, and what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes with the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Back to pass, it's Morrison. Hauls it in. Getting behind those pads and behind a stiff arm to get it out to the 27. And the Longhorns with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Give to the running back. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, the offense turns it over, and talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Looking for space, it's Larson. Oh, he's got some space. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. At the end of the period, Oklahoma has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Looking to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Man, I like the response by this defense. They've given up some yards, gotten all the way down here near the goal line, but 2 straight plays, 2 straight incompletions, now forcing a third down. They'll be happy to get out of this drive with just 3 points.
He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion. They'll play it safe and try for 3. Already 1 for 1 on field goals today. He'll try to make it 2 for 2 from 22. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we're looking pretty good.
He'll bring it back from inside the 15. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. He hurls one deep down the left side. Hauls it in down the sideline. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
That is what I'm talking about. So many guys lose where they're at on the field, lose the down and distance. It's third down. I can't slide. QB knows it. Nice job using his noggin and his heart, lowering the shoulder to get the first down on third down.
Touchdown, Texas! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Dang, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note, a little bit.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Kansas State has just had no answer to the ferocious tail kicking they're taking today. And if you thought this coach was colorful before, wait till his postgame. They're trailing by 18 to Iowa State. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position.
There he goes. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They want that clock to run. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. He sends 2 wideouts right, 2 to the left on 2nd and 9. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They want to run this quarterback. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Maybe a bit of a gamble going for it on 4th and short from their own 46. Looks as if he's going to run it. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. The Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Trying to surprise him with the pass. Got it in the middle. It's Hurley. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. The RPO, fire complete to the left. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
One of the most difficult things about this slot receiver is his shiftiness and his athleticism. He's very, very difficult to tackle after the catch.
Pulls it in. It's Hurley. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And there's no mercy rule in college football. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter, and they're still staying aggressive. They're still throwing the football, going out and executing, working on their craft. They've got bigger fish coming up down the road, bigger games. So you got to keep sharpening the tools, and that's what you're seeing here in the 4th quarter.
It was the Sooners who put the horns down in Dallas today in the Red River Showdown, and they'll take that golden hat north.